Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Star Fox Adventures. Last time, we got ourselves our first spellstone in the game, and now with this in our inventory, we are ready to leave the Dark Ice Mines and go back to the main part of Dinosaur Planet. Now on our way back to Dinosaur Planet, we need to fly back through the same exact R-Wing section we did going there the first time. And we'll be having to do this every single time we get a spellstone. So the way I'm going to be handling return trips back to Dinosaur Planet is I'm going to get the mission briefing and then I'm just going to cut straight to the landing because nothing is different. So with this mission briefing, I'll meet you guys on the surface of Dinosaur Planet.
Great job, Fox! You saved the Snowhorn tribe and collected the spellstone. But it's not over yet. You need to return the spellstone to the Force Point Temple. Peppy has indicated that it is located beyond Moon Mountain Pass. I'm sure the Thorntails can point you in the right direction. Pepper out!
You've got to help us. Those horrible shark claws put out our lovely beacons, and it gets too dark at night. We'd be scared in the dark.
Okay, stop crying. I'll see what I can do.
Don't forget about the spellstone, Fox. You have to return it to the Force Point Temple.
Well, looks like we have a little sidetracking mission we need to take care of first before we do anything else, so we need to light the beacons around Thorntail Hollow, so it's a good thing now Tricky knows how to use his flame command. Otherwise, this would be near impossible. These here are what we need to actually light the torches, because we need some kind of a fuel source. This is a fireweed. We use these pretty much as wood, so we'll need a few of these. Don't need too many because this is the only time you're required to use these things in the game, even though you can just come back to this tree whenever you feel like it and grab more. It's kind of weird how that works, but you really only need the set amount, which I do believe is just 3. But I never usually remember off the top of my head, so I might be wrong on that one. Pretty sure it's just 3. But we're going to be using this thing pretty much as firewood, so we just go up to one of the beacons, we select the fireweed in our inventory, and then we use Tricky's flame command, so should probably put that on wide just to make it easier on yourself. Where's Tricky? Tricky? There you are. Jeez, you're really far behind. So his flame command, he lights it, and somehow the fire still stays lit even though it's raining out, and it's raining pretty bad. So I don't know how well that works, but okay, it works nonetheless. Well, I didn't dig this area up last time I was here. If you use Tricky's Find command right here, you'll get yourself a Bathroom Dad. Nothing really that special, but I was right next to the hole anyway, so worth pointing out. I know you didn't get to see the Bathroom Dad because I was standing right on top where it appeared, but trust me, there was a Bathroom Dad there. But there's another one of these torches over here, so we want to go ahead and light it. And I didn't really get to mention this because we were at the end of the episode. I didn't want to drag out the video any longer last time. But at the end of the last episode, after getting the spellstone, we got a new unit of health. Every single time you collect a spellstone, you get a new unit of health. You can have a total of 7 units of health in this game, 1 for each spellstone. That's how getting new health in this game works. That's how the health upgrades would work. So unlike Zelda, for example, where you can upgrade your health whenever you want because of heart pieces, you can't upgrade your health whenever in this game. It's all plot related. Which is funny because in that intro and in the trailers of this game, they're always showing it with Fox having 3 hearts. Even the manual shows Fox having 3 hearts no matter where it is. And you see him have, like, 3, I keep on calling it hearts, but it's essentially the same thing. But you see Fox have like 3 units of health in the areas where he cannot physically have that because he would have the spellstone already collected. So he would have that extra unit of health. Say example, going to the third major area in the game. You go there, and in the manual, it shows Fox having 3 units of health, but in all reality at that point, you would have 5. It doesn't make any sense, and in my opinion, I think that's something they really should have looked into a little bit more. It's kind of misleading. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but when you look at that, you kind of question it, saying, wait a minute, why does he have 3 units after you played the game? Because you know you can't do that. There's no possible way to skip getting any health in this game. But I want to go ahead, climb up here, and grab some more fuel cells. There we go. And I can never make that return trip back. I always fall off that platform because it just doesn't seem like you can jump off it. It seems every single time you try to go and jump off that platform, you just fall straight off. So I'm always having to grab those energy cells and have to make my way all the way back around if I want to finish up here. Because we do want to actually go this way. This will be required for us to do, because over on this far side of Thorntail Hollow, there's this gate closed, and if you traverse your way up to here, there's this switch that you have to activate. Doing so will open the gate. But in here should be our final little area where we have some frost weeds. Not frost weeds, but I'm really losing my train of thought. Frost weeds, we don't even have. Wanna see, how many more of those things do I have? We have 1 more fireweed. So I want to go ahead and place this one here. Use Tricky's Flame Command, collect what was ever in there, which I think was a fuel cell, and that should be it.
The beacons mean so much to my tribe. Please take this. I believe it will help you on your quest.
So that was actually required for us to do. You could potentially skip doing that, but then you realize you need this key, so yeah, no real point. This is why we need the key. It'll lead us to the Volcano Force Point Temple. If we didn't grab this key, we wouldn't be getting in the Force Point Temple. Not at all. Before going on, let's go ahead and feed Tricky. Just in case. And let's also put the Fire Blaster back on Y, because that's what I prefer. And now we want to head over in this direction here. Going this way will take us where we need to go next, to the Moon Mountain Pass. And now that we have a key to open up the Moon Mountain Pass here, we'll be able to actually traverse into this area. So, I'm going to plant a bomb spore here, back up a little bit, and shoot that. Even though I wasn't that far away, I don't care about taking the hit. I really don't. But in here, we're at a crossroad. It looks like you can just jump that, but there's these 2 little sections to the side. If you go straight into the center, the ground crumbles and you fall down here. Every time you gotta go this way, you have to deal with this little section. And this pretty much introduces you to Fox's air meter, which really is just near pointless in the game. Because you can stay down there for a long time and start to choke. If you run out of air, I'm not exactly sure what happens, because I've never ran out of air in that segment. I've never done it. And the reason why is because if you're just standing there, the platforms move up, and it refills your air after some time. So it's really, really hard to run out of air in that section. But here we are, we're in the Moon Mountain Pass. Our next area in the game, which will lead us to the Volcano Force Point Temple. So let's go ahead and traverse forth.
Wake up! Somebody coming!
So now we have these barrels that we need to dodge, which only really do a quarter of your health of damage. So really, it doesn't really matter. You can use the R button to block some of these things, which really the only time I think it's really necessary to do that is when you can't really see them coming. If you can't see any of these barrels coming, then that's probably the best time to go ahead and block it. We want to go ahead and use that key that we got back in Thorntail Hollow to open up this gate. If you didn't have the key, you wouldn't be getting in. So that's why we had to light those torches back there. But now, let's go ahead and pay those Sharkclaw a visit. Give them a piece of our mind for doing that. And if we can, maybe we can actually get a kill from back here just using the Fire Blaster. Oh no, I'm too far away. And this is our introduction to the bigger Sharkclaw. These guys have more health, and also they guard more, so it's a little harder to deal with these guys. In fact, I don't really like these Sharkclaw that much at all. Luckily though, we don't really fight these guys all the time, so not that big of a deal, but they're still pretty annoying in my opinion. But there we go, we take out those two Sharkclaw and that little gate there will open up. So now we can traverse forward once more. Grab some more health while we're here. There we go. And what does this sign say? This way to Volcano Force Point Temple. Sweet, so we're on the right track. That's kind of weird. When you first play this game, you go from this peaceful grass-like area to the moon, essentially. That's essentially what this place is. It's the moon. That's why it's called Moon Mountain Pass. Kind of weird how the geography of this planet works when you really think about it. Because you have these grasslands next to a moon area and next to a frozen wasteland. And the moon area is right next to a volcano. It's really weird how the geography of Dinosaur Planet really is. You wouldn't think all this stuff would be next to each other. In fact, you would think that half of this stuff wouldn't even be on the planet. But it is. And it's really weird when you think about it. But if you come over here and use your staff booster, there's not too much we can do. There's 3 of these gates, but only one of them we can open up right now. And the one that we can open up has a Baphomet. One of them has a Baphomet, the other one has 2 energy cells, and then last one here has a Baphomet with 2 energy cells, so nice little thing to note. One thing I never brought up about the fuel cells is on the way out of Dinosaur Planet for the first time to make our way to the Dark Ice Mines, I mentioned how many fuel cells we needed to go there. There are plentiful of energy cells in this game. There are so many. But you really only need a set amount. If I'm not mistaken, I believe you need a total of 42 to beat the game. So far, I'm more than halfway there. So yeah, you don't really need that many fuel cells to beat this game overall. You don't even have to go out your way half the time and you'll still have enough fuel cells. So fuel cells aren't really that much of a worry in this game. They just really are not. But right here we have this gate. We can only unlock it using the spell stone. They put this thing here because if you somehow got to this point earlier in the game, well, obviously you wouldn't be getting in. But they also do that to the door getting in. They do this so you can't come back to this point in the game unless you have a set purpose. And that set purpose would be to bring the spell stone back into the Volcano Force Point Temple. And same for the other Force Point Temple. There are 2 temples that we have to visit in the game, this being one of them. You do come back to these places later, but I do want to just mention that right now. If we read this sign, it says, only he who lights the orbs of the Krazoa may pass, which is what we just had to do. We had to fire the right color shots at these orbs, which using the fire we can do that, and we were able to open up the door. Yeah, and it's a grand opening coming in here, too. It really is, but if you come over here, you can't really do much because there's an enemy gate, but wait, there's no enemies. Turn around and walk back. Hello, Sharkclaw. Yeah, that's kind of out of nowhere now, isn't it? And now this is the introduction to the Sharkclaw who also have shields. These guys will block a lot more, but they're not like the big guys who do a little bit more damage and have more health. They're essentially the exact same thing as a normal Sharkclaw, except, well, they can block more. What I recommend doing at this stage in the game is you can just keep on firing your Fire Blaster at them, and sometimes it will whack their shield, but sometimes it will whack their faces, so it's the best way if you just want to take those things out fast. since all you gotta do is just spam and eventually it'll hit your target. But this sign here says only he who dims the flames of the Gazelle may pass. We don't have any way right now to put out any fire, but that's what it wants us to do essentially. But we have these two grates over here that we can use Tricky's flame command on, so we want to go ahead and do that. Doing so, these platforms would come out, and we can use them to get across. So now with that done, let's go ahead, go up here and, well, see what that opened up to us. Because I do believe, because we can't really do anything about this fire right now, we're going to be getting ourselves a new power very soon. Want to be careful right here because all this fire. It's really easy to get hit by this stuff, but then again, it's not that big of a threat because you'll just take damage from it, but you don't have any kind of knockback, so you just continue on your merry way. No big deal. But up here you have some crystals to collect to refill up your staff's energy, so that's pretty nice. Don't have to worry about the fire whatsoever because no knockback of any kind. And now with that all out of the way, over here, our staff glows and we got a green hole, so this is going to be a new power for us to get. And with this, we'll be able to put out fire. So, with that said, this is the introduction of our next power in the game. The Ice Blast. We can use this not only to douse flames, but also to freeze our enemies. So, this is going to be one of the most useful powers you get because of its freezing attributes. You can use the Freeze Blaster here to pretty much make short work of any enemy you come across. It's really, really useful. But, I think now that we have ourselves a new power for the staff, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here, guys. So, next time on Let's Play Star Fox Adventures, we'll use our new power to explore more of the Volcano Force Point Temple. I'll see you guys next time.